The lone rancher thought he bought a stranger. He never expected to fall in love. They said the plains made men hard. Wide skies. Endless work. Long nights where the wind was the only thing that remembered your name. Ethan Cole had lived there long enough to believe it. By 40, he had lost everyone who once made the ranch feel alive, his parents to illness, his wife to childbirth, and the child soon after. Since then, Ethan spoke only when necessary. The land listened better than people ever had. So when winter crept closer and the house echoed louder than the barn, Ethan made a decision born not of hope, but survival. He told himself it was practical. A woman newly arrived from China needed safety and work. A rancher needed help, someone to keep the house from swallowing him whole. There was no romance in the arrangement. No promises. No illusions. That's what he believed, until he met her. Her name was May. She stood quietly near the auction hall, surrounded by whispers that cut sharper than knives. She's stubborn. She won't bow her head. No man's managed her. May didn't react. She stared straight ahead, hands clasped, dignity wrapped around her like armor. Ethan noticed something others didn't. She wasn't defiant. She was afraid, and refusing to show it. I won't own anyone, Ethan said suddenly, surprising even himself. I need help on my ranch. And she deserves a fair chance. May looked up. Their eyes met. In that moment, something unspoken passed between them, an understanding shared by two people who knew what it meant to lose everything. The ride home was quiet. Wind rolled over the prairie, tugging at her dress, rattling Ethan's thoughts. You will treat me as a person? May asked softly. Yes, Ethan replied. Or you can leave tomorrow. She nodded. That was enough. Life on the ranch was hard, but May never complained. She worked until her hands blistered, learned the animals, fixed broken things with patience instead of force. She cooked meals that reminded her of home, though she never spoke of it unless asked. At night, she stayed to herself, and Ethan respected the space, even as the house slowly filled with warmth he hadn't felt in years. The town noticed. She's changing him. He's gone soft. It won't last. Then came the storm. A sudden blizzard rolled in faster than forecast. Ethan rode out to secure the cattle and never came back that night. His horse returned alone, reins frozen stiff. May didn't wait for morning. She wrapped herself in layers, took a lantern, and rode into the white fury of the storm. Hours later, she found Ethan trapped under a fallen beam, bleeding, barely conscious. She didn't cry. She didn't panic. She freed him inch by inch, pressed her body against his to keep him warm, and whispered to him through the night, stories, prayers, memories. Anything to keep him breathing. Ethan woke days later by the fire. May was asleep in a chair beside him, exhaustion carved into her face. That was when he realized the truth. He hadn't bought a stranger. He had been saved by one. As he healed, walls he had spent decades building began to fall. He listened to her stories, about the ocean crossing, the loneliness, the fear of being seen as less than human. She listened to his grief, his guilt, his belief that he didn't deserve happiness anymore. Winter deepened. One night, a neighboring family lost their home to fire. Without hesitation, May opened the ranch doors. She fed them, clothed them, comforted their children. Ethan watched her move through the chaos with quiet strength. That night, standing under a sky heavy with stars, Ethan finally spoke the words he feared. I won't keep you here, he said. If you want another life, I'll help you find it. May looked at him, really looked at him. I thought kindness was weakness, she said softly. But you showed me it is strength. A letter arrived weeks later, work in the city, independence, freedom. Ethan helped her pack. He didn't beg. Love, he had learned, wasn't possession. At dawn, May closed her suitcase. I crossed the world to survive, she said. But here, I learned how to live. She stayed. Not because she had to, but because love had found them, quietly, gently, where neither had been looking. Years later, people said the coal ranch felt different. Warmer. Kinder. Built not just on land, but on compassion. And Ethan finally understood. Sometimes, the heart doesn't fall in love loudly. Sometimes, it learns to trust, and calls that miracle home.